no! What is up? Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Anthony Valdez. I'm a skateboarder from Los Angeles, California. We're here at El Sereno skatepark, and today we're gonna be talking about skating in your 30s. But first, we gotta get that warm-up stretch in. All right, now that we got that warm-up stretch out the way, I just want to start this video off by saying this is all just my personal experiences and my opinion about being a 30-year-old skateboarder. I just turned 30 not too long ago, so this is all going to be talking about the documenting experiences and the difficulties it is trying to progress in today's world as a 30-year-old skateboarder, or if I could potentially even build a career out of it. But if you guys have been knowing, I've been wanting to be pursuing the skateboarding career and get better at skating about 2 years ago when I was around 28, but I did break my collarbone, so that hindered me from deciding that I wanted to pursue skateboarding even more. Had to get my mobility range back and just basically recover from then. So since then, I've just basically been recovering. But now I feel like I'm at 100%. I can take some slams. I can actually get that motivation to try to learn some new tricks. So we're just gonna be talking about skating in your 30s. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Usually the first thing I do when I get to the skate park is I try to just roll around. I don't really want to do any ollies. I just kind of want to roll around on my heels and my toes, just kind of getting the blood pumping. Before I even try popping my board, I like to just ride it around. I'm going to roll around for a little bit, get the blood pumping, and then we'll come and hit some tricks on this ledge right here. It's not helping that it's like 8 a.m. right now. So like my body is just used to not being so active this early. But I think that's part of one of the things about turning 30 or skating past 30 is you get like early morning sessions. So I guess I'm like graduating from my late sessions or after work sessions to my early morning sessions now. Really do back 5-0s one of these, but I'll try one. No way! Yo, I did that first try. Oh! There we go. Woo! I think that was the first bail of the day. I'm glad I didn't fall. But the first bail. Yeah. Sounded like a crack. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first fall of the day. It's always the one that wakes you up. The fall either does one of two things. One, it wakes you up and prepares you for the rest of the sesh, or two, it takes you out and you gotta go home. Oh, that one got stuck. I lost my hat. Oh no! All right, we had some technical difficulties. That one was better. I'm gonna move on to another challenge that I said I was gonna challenge myself this year. And in 2024, I said I'm flipping my board. As you can see, it's been like a whole session and I have yet to flip my board once. I'm not really much of a board flipper, but I wanna flip my board this year. So after this trick, I'll get 3 tricks that flip the board. Yeah. I don't really know if I want to try a tray flip on there. I think I might actually be able to do that. 2024, baby, we getting this tray flip. All right. We're flipping the board this year. Flipping boards and bodies. I have not done the 3 flip on a pyramid in so long. Stoked I got that one right there. Pretty clean. One of the challenges that I'm also trying to do is I'm trying to get myself out of my comfort zone. So normally I am heel locked all the time, back feebles, back crooks, but I've been doing front feebles, front crooks, front over crooks, and I'm also trying to flip my board down, which is getting me out of my comfort zone because I'm just so used to just staying in that comfortable spot. Dang, I was on the nose again. And I pivoted off the nose a little bit. So let's try one more. That one was a lot better formation. Try one more back to back, 2 to make it true. Two to make it true, baby. Woo! That was first try, dude. I suck at backtails. Oh, fuck it. I'm taking that shit. Yeah, my phone is about to die, so I'm gonna take whatever I can get. All right, that's pretty much gonna wrap this video up there. Thank you if you made it this far. That was pretty much a pretty nice session right there. We challenged ourselves, we flipped our board. We did that hurricane. That hurricane came out okay. I was gonna do some more, but my phone's low battery and I was getting like a really bad glare right there. So I'll probably just get that trick another time on another sesh, maybe in another video. But I do want to clean it up because that rollaway was really sketchy, as you guys can remember. But anyways, back to skating in your 30s. The first thing that I want to talk about is it is definitely able to shred and to progress in your 30s or to keep skating in your 30s, because there is a few people that I look up to that actually are shredding hard in their mid to late 30s. And some examples are Ryan Sheckler, Ryan DeCenzo, Manny Santiago. Those dudes are well into their 30s and they're actually pushing the limits of skateboarding, pushing the norm of skateboarding as to what ages you can be a skater and what ages you can be in the Olympics or be in the career of skateboarding. Because Ryan Sheckler probably has had the longest career out of all of them. He still definitely is pushing the limit to skateboarding and doing new things and pushing his body and himself to be a better skateboarder well into his late 30s. So me, myself, and obviously everybody else who's at the same position. One of the difficulties is, you know, taking care of your body, because your body actually, you're not a kid anymore compared to when I was younger. I would just skate and skate and skate. I could probably skate every day and it wouldn't really faze me as much. Now when I take a session like today, I probably won't have another session like this tomorrow because of the session I had today. Got to give my body a little more recovery time. I got to do more physical therapy things. One other thing that I also did want to mention is skateboarding took a really, really big turn especially now that it's in the Olympics. Before it was just like a hobby type of thing, and you could get away with it being, you know, like a stoner or an alcoholic and just drinking and skating. An example I really wanted to point out would be the Baker 3 video, because around my era of skateboarding, for me and my friends, Baker 3 was like the video that, you know, was like, I'm gonna say, the Bible of skateboarding for us at that time, you know. So we would always just be looking up to like the Baker Boys, dude. So the whole purpose of skateboarding, or the culture behind skateboarding, was drinking and smoking and skating at the same time, you know, hanging out with your friends, smoking some weed and getting some beers and drinking and having a nice sesh, because that was what was in the videos and that was what looked cool to us. And being young, you know, we're very like, we're like a blank canvas, so what we see, we imitate a lot, especially people who jump into skateboarding because they are looking for skateboarding as a community and as a home away from home. You know, when you're blank canvas like that, you can be easily, you know, influenced. So a lot of the skaters, including myself, would think that that was a necessity to be a skater, or to be a good skater, you know, or to be a part of the community, a part of the culture, that you had to be doing that type of stuff. So every time we had a sesh, it was always included in the sesh, like, okay, so where's the weed at? So where's the alcohol at? And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because if you look at a lot of those dudes who were in the video today, who are still pushing their skateboarding, they have had to flip the script, and now they're all like straight vegans, they're straight edges, they don't do no type of drugs, they're like pretty much athletes now, and they do physical therapy, they have these like workout regimens, and they're pretty much learning the difference between having it as a hobby and like being a professional, which is one of the things that correlates to this video, because especially when you get older, you're gonna have to take care of your body a lot more. You could probably get away with it when you're like in your teens, or like when you're in your early 20s. You can possibly do all of that stuff, but once you get into your late 20s, early 30s, it's gonna take more of a toll on your body when you're doing lots of things like that. So if you're smoking all the time, if you're drinking all the time, you can do it, but you're probably not gonna progress in skating if that's something that you're looking for. And you'd probably just be floating and staying on that comfortable zone where you're not gonna be progressing yourself and pushing yourself. And the thing that kind of does suck about that is a lot of people, including myself, used to think that, oh, you know, like I could skate while I'm drinking, or I could skate while I'm smoking. Like, I'm good at it. I'm so good at skateboarding that I could just do it, you know, it's like second nature. But the fact, the reality is you're stoned, or you're under the influence of alcohol. So you're just basically like putting a handicap on yourself compared to everybody else who's skating and then they're sober and they have 100% physical control of their body, their mentality is there 100%. And you over there just handicapping yourself when you're skating. And you might not see it yourself, because like I said, I never see it myself either way. It took me a long time to get that self-realization that I'm just putting a handicap or a crutch on my skating and progressing, because once I realized that I had to put a hold and a stop on all of that, it was easier to see myself progress, and it was easier to start seeing the results and the motivation and the drive that I wanted to in skating, which is showing now recently, because I've been learning new tricks. I've been actually wanting to skate more. My body has actually been able to take physical falls and pain again. You can definitely weigh out, you know, the pros and the cons. So, I mean, it's not that I'm saying, you know, smoking is bad or drinking is bad. It's just there's a right time to do it, and then there's a wrong time to do it. So as you get older, your body, you know, it wears out. And if you continuously do things like that, you're just gonna burn yourself out even more. So especially skating to your 30s, you wanna be able to control those urges and just be able to skate when you need to skate, and then party when you need to party. But another thing that kind of gets into the way when you get older is you have more responsibilities. I myself don't really have too many responsibilities besides a dog. I don't have any kids or anything like that. I do, you know, care about my family, and I have brothers and sisters, and I do dedicate some of my time to my family, but I don't have any kids or anything like that, so that doesn't take away from my skating, or doesn't take away from my time. Like today I came out really early in the morning, so I can argue if somebody has like a full family or they have more responsibilities, they're not able to do things like this. So that is one of the downsides of as you get older, not necessarily into your 30s, but just as an older skater, it's one of the responsibilities that you have to deal with and manage and balance out. Another thing that I want to mention is having a career. If you start skating after, let's say if you start skating late, maybe in your 20s or even in your 30s, is it possible to pursue a career in skateboarding when you started kind of late? I myself started skating at 13, but usually it's more favored when you start super early because you can start your career in skateboarding when you get a sponsor right away. So you have eyes on you from the beginning. For an example, we'll say Ryan Sheckler, Alex Midler, Nigel Houston, all those dudes had a pretty early start in skateboarding. So once they were already in their sponsored preteens, they kind of already had that career. So they have a longer career timeline of being a pro skater or a skateboarder that can make a career out of skateboarding, compared to somebody who started maybe at 25 and then they got a sponsor maybe at 28. And then by the time you would assume that they potentially can be a pro, you need to at least have at least 10 to maybe 15 years of consistent, solid skateboarding in to at least potentially be a pro. But there's other ways around it, but we're just gonna talk about the average thing that you would necessarily need to be a pro. And if you start, let's say if you started skating at 25, 10 years later, you become pro at 35, the time span of that you can be a pro is gonna be very limited and short because of your age, you know? So it's also one of the most difficult things I'm gonna say. There still is people who are up there and still pro. I mean, Tony Hawk, he's well into his 50s and he still has a career in skateboarding, but that's one of the few exceptions. You know, if you're just like a core skateboarder and you don't have like these big corporate sponsors like that, it's probably going to be a little bit harder. I would definitely like to say that YouTube is making it a lot better for skaters that are over their 30s because they can build a community, they can, you know, build a career out of skateboarding that way nowadays, which is also something that's pretty cool. That pretty much is gonna wrap it up for this video then. I just wanna say thank you guys if you made it this far. Leave a comment what you guys think about skating in your 30s. Are you a skater in your 30s or are you a skater that's about to turn 30? Or if you guys wanna see some new tricks that I should learn, because 2024 is the year of flipping the board, so I'm gonna be flipping the board a lot more. I'm gonna be skating a lot more. I'm gonna be progressing in skating and trying to learn some more new tricks. So if you guys want to follow along for that, make sure to be subscribed. Follow me over on my Instagram too, because I post over daily videos and clips there as well. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week and a great 2024. Peace.